Sister Wives Janelle Brown attempts to heal with her family after life-changing decision amid 2025 detox and signs she's leaving the show. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown has been through a lot in the last year, but her attempts to heal her family after making some life-changing decisions with her detox-fueled signs she'll lead the show. Janelle, who spent the majority of her time during Sister Wives Season 19 asserting her newfound independence, has been doing what she can to make her way in the world throughout the last year. While it hasn't been tackled on screen yet, the tragic passing of her son Cristin Brown, whom she welcomed with ex-husband Cody Brown, has taken a major toll on her life. Janelle's been spending her time more intentionally after Cristin's passing, doing her best to ensure that she's not solely living for herself anymore. Revealing her intentions in a new blog post on the Tata Farms website, Janelle wrote about making her newly purchased farm a place for healing and connection for her whole family. "I have a lot of hopes for Tata Farms," Janelle shared. "I dream of building a successful flower farm, for healing, for connection, for embracing the slow." Janelle explained that she hopes Tata Farms ensures her children know life isn't meant to be rushed through but lived fully. As Janelle has moved past her 30-year marriage with Cody, it's been clear to Sister Wives viewers that her life has changed drastically since letting go of her difficult marriage. While Janelle's relationship with Cody wasn't all bad, it was definitely something that hurt her by the end. Janelle's behavior throughout her marriage was different than the version of her fans are seeing now, as she wasn't embracing her independence in the same way when she was thinking from the perspective of a sister wife. Now, single and happy, Janelle is thinking for herself and her children before anyone else. Janelle's decision to find herself and her happiness in the wake of tragedy is courageous, especially knowing that she went through something so unimaginable just a year ago. In working hard to heal and make it clear that she's doing the work to ground herself, Janelle has been a happier, healthier version of herself in the last several months, and Sister Wives fans have loved to see it. Relishing in Janelle's intentionality and independence, seeing her discuss things like her 2025 detox and her hopes for her new farm have been heartwarming, bringing the positivity she's been seeking into her life. Although there's still a ways to go until Tata Farms is up and running, it's clear that Janelle is hopeful for her future with her family. Focusing on healing, reconnection, and sharing grief in a healthy way, Janelle has opened up about making Tata Farms somewhere that she can be authentically herself. With the farm having such close ties to her relationship with Cristin because of the pair's shared passion for gardening, Janelle appears to be doing everything she can to honor her son with her children in tow. The Sister Wives star is making her own beautiful space. Janelle Brown took a deep breath as she stepped outside into the crisp Flagstaff air, the weight of the past decade pressing on her shoulders. The morning sun cast a warm glow over the Arizona landscape, but inside, she felt a storm brewing. She had made a life-changing decision, one that would shake the very foundation of her family and perhaps alter her place within it forever. For years, Janelle had been the pragmatic, steady force within the Brown family. She had endured the ups and downs of plural marriage, the shifting dynamics among the sister wives, and the slow unraveling of the relationships they had once held sacred. But now, as she stood at the crossroads of her own personal journey, she knew it was time to take control of her life in a way she never had before. The detox had started as a way to reclaim her health. At 55, Janelle had become more conscious of her well-being, both physically and emotionally. With her children growing up and moving on, she realized she needed to focus on herself for once. But as she embarked on this journey, the clarity that came with it brought more than just physical transformation. It revealed hard truths about the life she was still tethered to. Her relationship with Cody had been strained for years. What was once a partnership of mutual respect had crumbled under the weight of unbalanced attention, emotional neglect, and Cody's deepening devotion to Robin. Janelle had held on for as long as she could, trying to navigate a marriage that had become more of a business arrangement than a loving union. But now, after weeks of detoxing from both unhealthy habits and unhealthy relationships, she saw things with a new perspective. Janelle had been confiding in Cristin more than ever. Cristin, who had already walked away from the marriage and found happiness with David Woolley, had been Janelle's guiding light. "You have to do what makes you happy, Janelle," Cristin had told her during a long phone call. "If you stay just because it's familiar, you're cheating yourself out of the life you deserve." Those words echoed in Janelle's mind as she sat down at her kitchen table and stared at the draft of an email she had started composing. It was addressed to the production team of Sister Wives, a show that had documented her life for over a decade. The email was short but definitive. "After much consideration, I have decided that I will not be returning for another season of Sister Wives. My journey has led me to a place where I need to focus on my personal well-being and family outside of the public eye. I am grateful for the opportunity to have shared my story, but it is time for me to step away." Her finger hovered over the send button. She had spent years navigating her role in a plural family, but what had it brought her? Heartache, sacrifice, and a constant struggle to be seen and heard. If she stayed, she knew she would continue to be an afterthought in Cody's world. Leaving, though, that was the unknown, and the unknown was terrifying. Janelle turned her attention back to her tea, taking a long sip and letting the warmth steady her nerves. She had spent the past few weeks reconnecting with her children, Madison, Logan, Savannah, Hunter, and Garrison. They had always been her anchor, her reason for pushing through the hardest moments. But they had also started to see what she had been denying for so long. "Mom, you deserve more than this," Logan had told her bluntly during a recent visit. "You spent years taking care of everyone else. It's time to take care of you." Those words had stayed with her, simmering beneath the surface until they became impossible to ignore. She thought about how she had spent so many years compromising, trying to fit into a dynamic that no longer served her. If she left, it would mean stepping into a world where she wasn't defined by her place in Cody's life. It would mean embracing independence in a way she hadn't before. As the days passed, Janelle found herself making small but significant changes. She started attending wellness retreats, focusing on meditation and inner healing. She booked trips to visit her children without worrying about how it would affect the family dynamic. She even allowed herself to entertain the idea of what life might look like beyond Flagstaff. The final push came when she sat down with Cody for what would likely be one of their last serious conversations as husband and wife. He had sensed the shift in her, but as always, he had chosen to ignore it until she forced him to acknowledge it. "You're really leaving, aren't you?" he asked, his tone a mixture of disbelief and frustration. Janelle met his gaze, no longer intimidated by the weight of his disapproval. "I have to, Cody. I can't keep living this way. I need something different for myself." He scoffed, shaking his head. "So you're just going to throw away everything we built?" She exhaled slowly, feeling the final piece of the puzzle click into place. "We didn't build it together, Cody. I've been holding it up on my own for years." That night, she hit send on the email. The moment it left her outbox, a wave of emotion washed over her: relief, fear, excitement, and an undeniable sense of freedom. She had spent so long defining herself as a sister wife, as part of a unit that had long since fractured. Now, she was simply Janelle. And, for the first time in years, that was enough. The detox had started as a way to cleanse her body, but it had done so much more. It had detoxed her mind, her heart, and her life from the things that no longer served her. As she looked toward the future, she felt a sense of possibility she hadn't felt in years. She wasn't just leaving the show. She was finally stepping into her own story.